Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly.
All right, everybody. Hello and happy Friday. We finally made it. Friday is here, and we are, looking at some changes as we head into the daytime tomorrow. We are going to stay dry for the morning hours. If you have plans tomorrow morning, just expect lots of clouds out there. And then for the afternoon as well. But how'd the week go? Any big plans for the weekend? I'd love to hear you, what you guys have in store for the weekend. And I hope that, you don't have, maybe huge plans for Saturday evening because it's going to be a little bit of a mess. But overall, if there's something that you have to do Saturday evening, you're looking okay. There's really not going to be that big of a storm. Hello, my dad's tuning in. Hope you're doing all right. It's been a little while. But yeah, overall, this weekend isn't looking too bad. If you have, again, plans for this weekend, just take it easy on the road Saturday evening. It is going to get a little bit slick, but overall, not too bad. Sunday, things clear out. Some sunshine moves in, and we are going to see temperatures jump into the upper 40s to maybe, near 50 degrees. So let's get into it. The winter storm watches are posted up towards the far north. You can see up towards areas like Caribou, Aroostook County. I don't know. It may include the Greenville area, Clayton Lake, Millinocket areas, points north. And then we also have a winter weather advisory posted for tomorrow afternoon through 8 a.m. on Sunday. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, what the heck? What is this nonsense? Why is there nothing posted here? And I can actually explain that for you. So the National Weather Service out of Gray, they control this zone. You can see where we have a winter weather advisory posted, which does not include the coastline, does not include Portland or Portsmouth over towards the mid-coast. So National Weather Service out of Gray controls this zone. And then Caribou controls this zone. And what's going on here is National Weather Service out of Caribou and Gray are kind of disagreeing on what they think is going to happen with this storm. And the National Weather Service out of Caribou is saying, well, yeah, there's going to be a winter storm watch up towards the north, but I think anywhere south of that, there's really not going to be much going on. What's going to happen, though, over the next 12, 24 hours is they're going to come to some sort of agreement. I'm sure that there's going to be a winter weather advisory posted for areas like Bangor and up towards that winter storm watch where they could see a winter storm warning in that area up there. At some places, I would not be surprised, could see some double-digit amounts up towards northern Aroostook County. I'll talk about that in more detail in just a little bit. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar. We are looking at quite a swath of rain down to our south and west areas like Cincinnati over towards St. Louis, and a line of thunderstorms almost directly moving through Memphis right now. And this is all going to move in as we head into later on later on tomorrow afternoon and evening. I'm kind of highlighting 3 to 6 p.m. as the time frame that we are looking at least for the best chance of snow to move in. And if you're down towards southern Maine, Portland, down towards Portsmouth, over towards southern New Hampshire, it's probably going to be 3 to 4 p.m. that it really starts to move in. If you're over towards the mid-coast and Bangor, it's probably going to be more 4:30 to 5:30 or 6 o'clock. So the further north and east you are, the later it will be, but anywhere between around 3 to 6 p.m. on average throughout the area. The satellite and radar, it really doesn't show much for our area. You can see we have some clouds. Let me pause this right now, and you can see that we have some clouds down to our south. If you're in Portsmouth, you're probably looking at mainly cloudy skies. North of that, you are looking at mostly clear skies right now. So we are going to see some passing clouds through the nighttime tonight. But overall, tonight, no issues. Look at that high temperature in Portland today, topped out at 50 degrees. So, yeah, it was a mild day out there. Temperatures topped out in the mid-40s for pretty much everybody. 46 in Augusta, 44 Freiburg. Upper 40s over towards Portsmouth as well as Wiscasset, temperature of 48 degrees. So, overall, not too bad out there for the daytime today. Temperatures have already dropped into the upper 30s, some mid-30s, and even upper 20s for Rangeley right now. But mid to upper 30s does it for pretty much everywhere right now, unless you're down towards Concord and Portsmouth, where the temperatures are still in the lower 40s. But eventually these numbers are going to drop into the mid and upper 20s for tonight. So it is going to be a bit of a chilly night out there, and we are going to see a mainly dry night. So that is some good news. If you have plans again tonight or tomorrow through about 3 o'clock, you're probably looking okay. But the later you get towards the afternoon and evening, that's the better chance we have for some snow. I just want to say right now, this is not a blockbuster. This is not a big storm. Do we consider it a moderate event? Yeah, sure, for areas north. But if you're down towards the coast, this is not going to be that big of a deal. Down towards Portland, Wiscasset, Rockland, over towards Portsmouth, you might see a coating to an inch, maybe 2 in some parts of the coastline. But this is not a big event for areas down towards the coast because we are going to transition over to rain. But I do think everybody starts as some snow, as a good thump of snow, but then again, it will transition over to some mix and rain eventually. Winds a little bit breezy out there, 5 to 15 miles per hour right now, the forecast for tonight. We'll see some passing clouds out there, chilly temperatures running in the 20s across the state, and we are going to see winds eventually start to subside out of the north and west between about 5 to 10, even 5 to 15 miles per hour. Here's the forecast for the day tomorrow. Could see a peak of sun during the morning. That would be about it. Otherwise, overcast skies. Temperatures will top out in the mid to upper 30s. So we'll be on the chilly side for the day tomorrow as well. And a little bit of a breeze that will make it feel a little bit cooler than what the numbers actually show. But again, after around 4 o'clock, that's when we are going to start to see some snow move in. And this snow, nice little thump of snow to start anywhere between 3 to 6 p.m. And then by the time we get to 8 or 9, a lot of this is transitioning to rain and mix down towards the coast. A lot of people on. I like this. Travis, hello to you. I hope you're doing good on this Friday night. Custodians are watching this closely, according to Sky. Yeah, of course. We're always watching these storms. But again, this is not going to be a blockbuster by any means. Lisa's agreeing with Sky here. It looks like the custodians are in tonight, checking out the forecast. All right, here we go. What else? Send it, according to David. Yeah. Hello to you, Becky. Hello from York. And 38 degrees in Wells. The moon and stars are bright in Wells. But yeah, again, as you head towards the south, that's where you are looking at more in the way of clouds. Crystal, hello to you. Hope you're doing well on this Friday evening. And thank God I'm over winter, according to Brianna. Yeah, I'm getting to that point too. I'm just ready for spring, honestly. Let's bring on the 60s, the 70s. Although anybody here in Portland, you know, if you've lived here for a few years, that April and May could be pretty chilly and down towards the coast, especially if we have a southerly wind. Now, tomorrow, high temperatures again will be in the mid to upper 30s across the state. Now, here we go with this storm system. It is off to the west right now, and notice that at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Oops, did not mean to do that. Notice by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, we are dry, and we are going to stay dry throughout the morning and afternoon. 10 o'clock, we're looking good. Just lots of clouds out there. But then notice by 2:30, this snow is right down to our south, and this is about when it's going to start to move in, 3 to 6 o'clock across the state. A nice little thump of snow, as you can see. I think this computer model, you know, it's one of those long-range computer models that doesn't show much in the way of detail. By the time we get to 11 or 12 o'clock, you can see this is almost midnight tomorrow night. By the time we get to this time, we're pretty much looking at mix and rain, a little bit of sleet, but then it will transition over to rain down towards the coast. So by midnight, this is pretty much rain for Portland and areas down towards the coast. And then overnight on Sunday. And again, this is a long-range computer model. It's showing this looking like a big storm, but this is a little bit overdone. Here's a better one to show you. So here we go with overnight conditions. We're mainly dry, just some passing clouds out there. And then here come the clouds tomorrow morning. We're looking at overcast skies for much of the day. And then there's that little thump of snow. I think this could be a little bit underdone, to be completely honest. Let me move some of these so you can see a little more detail. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we're looking at some snow moving in. And then by the time we get to 4 o'clock, notice by that time, now we're looking at some snow in Portland. And then this continues through about 5 or 6 o'clock into 7 o'clock. I think this could be A little bit underdone from Portland south. This just shows some scattered rain, snow, and mix down towards that area. I think it could be a little bit more filled in, but again, it does hint at the idea that we're going to see just scattered precip. And here we go around 8, 9 o'clock. That's when we are going to transition over to rain in this area from Portsmouth up towards York County and including the mid coast over towards Portland as well. But then by the time we get to midnight, again, this could be a little bit more filled in. I think we're looking at some drizzle down towards the coast, flurries and snow showers up towards the north. And you notice that this just continues by the time we get by 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. But also, one thing to note is you can almost see the rain snow line has completely taken over the coastline from Lewiston up towards Augusta, Bangor as well, down towards the coast. We are looking at just rain showers for these areas, temperatures in the 30s to lower 40s. But then if you're in Greenville, Millinocket, Rangeley, Fort Kent, Aroostook County, you're looking at steady snow up there throughout much of the day on Sunday. And this continues into the afternoon as well. And then eventually this moves on out by the time we get to later on Sunday. But I think even by the time we get to the afternoon for most areas in our viewing range, it is going to be pretty much over. So here is the snowfall map. Coating to 2 inches along the coast, Augusta, Bangor up towards the coastline. This is pretty much a coating to 2 event. And there's going to be plenty of spots that don't see any accumulation. So I went coating to 2 pretty much at worst. There's going to be, again, a lot of spots that don't see any. Lewiston, Augusta, you could be looking at anywhere between around a 1 to 3 inch event. Again, this is not a big deal. But Rangeley, Freiburg, some of the higher elevations up towards Mount Washington, you could see upwards of 3, 4, even 5 or 6 inches of snow. So call it a 3 to 6 inch event up there. And then once you get up towards the far north, 6 to 10 inches of snow is possible. I would not be surprised if some areas did see those double-digit amounts up towards the far north, as that snow is just going to kind of continue throughout much of the day on Sunday. But our event is going to end Sunday morning. So by the time we get to the afternoon, I'm thinking there's a couple breaks in the sunshine or a couple of breaks in the clouds. We'll see a little bit of sunshine into the afternoon, and temperatures are going to bump up into the mid to upper 40s. But also you're going to notice the wind. The wind is going to be on the strong side as we head into Sunday. Now, one thing I want to point out, and this is the perfect time to point this out, is you never want to take these maps that you see on TV or see on these Facebook Lives verbatim. You never want to think, oh my gosh, 6 o'clock, we're going to see winds gusting 36. But then somebody in Rockland says, oh, that's not bad. At 6 p.m., it's going to gust 8 miles per hour. That's not the case. These computer models have a hard time, pinpointing some of these numbers all the time. So you can bet anywhere between about 25 to 35 mile per hour gusts. Even in Rockland, it is not going to have a wind gust of 8 miles per hour at 6 p.m. on Sunday. But we are going to see gusty winds, and you can even see it throughout the day where we could be looking at wind gusts. I think 25 to 35 is more like it, but hey, this computer model shows down towards the coast 35 to even 40 in some spots. So gusty day on Sunday. You're going to notice it if you are heading out during the afternoon or so. Now let's get a look at the 7-day forecast. We have a couple showers out there Sunday morning, temperatures in the upper 40s across the state. By the time we get to the afternoon, I think there could be a little sun as well. And my pick of the week by far is Monday. Mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 40s. Many spots will likely touch the 50-degree mark as well. And then there's some moisture around, so to speak, on Tuesday. I think we're going to at least run the risk for a rain or snow shower. Of course, the snow shower chance would be earlier in the day when the temperatures are colder. And it's not, going to rain or snow all day, but we are going to run the risk at least for a rain or snow shower on Tuesday. And then there's been talk of a storm system for the middle of the week. Right now, it looks like it's trended down to the south. And, overall, it doesn't look like it's going to impact us much at all, or if at all, period, for the middle of the week. Of course, it is still something we are going to continue to watch through the next several days. And but right now, if you have those plans on Wednesday, definitely don't cancel them at this point, because this storm right now looks to be a miss. And then we dry out Thursday, mostly dry on Friday, temperatures in the 30s and low to mid 40s. And then we have to watch maybe another system as we head to next weekend. Of course, that is 7, 8, 9 days away. All right, so let me go back to the snowfall map really quick while I get to some more of these comments. All right. I want to snowmobile one more time, according to David. Well, hey, head up towards the north. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think up towards areas like Rangeley, you might still have a good amount of snowpack up there. So I might not be the person to talk to because I'm actually a big snowmobiler. I love snowmobiling, but I don't know what the snowpack is up there. You got to leave that to the professionals. Custodians run on Duncan. That is true. We all run on Duncan, even though I'm not a coffee drinker. All right, Janice, this is a good question. So Northern Lights tonight. I had posted that there's the chance. I always like to joke with people. People in the newsroom are always saying to me when it comes to the Northern Lights, they like, hey, what's the Northern Lights look like tonight? I always tell them my expertise ends at the top of our atmosphere. That's what I like to say because I think it's the truth. I'm not a while I pay attention to when we could see Northern Lights because I've always wanted to see them. I am not an expert in Northern Lights, and nor do I claim to be. I was looking at some stuff earlier that we could see some Northern Lights, but it looks like it's going to be very faint tonight if you could really even see them at all. Definitely not nearly as good or visible as last night. So I do want to mention that if you're looking for the Northern Lights tonight, I think there's a slim chance that you could see them, but definitely not as good of a chance as we saw yesterday. Denise, good evening to you. Hope you are well on this Friday night. All right, I'm reading this while you guys are not out of the woods till the third week of April. You're honestly right. This is pretty much the same type of thing where we've had a snowstorm in May before. I used to be in Bangor. I know some of my followers remember me from Bangor, and I remember 2020 or 2019, 2020, I think it was, when it snowed a couple inches up in Bangor on May 11th. That was wild. Hopefully no more salting at the schools. Yeah, I don't really like to make those calls because I don't know. I just don't like to make those calls on whether you should salt because it is a close call tomorrow down towards the coast. Once you get north of Lewiston and Augusta, you're pretty much in a good bet that you have to. So let me go. No school activities going on, according to Lisa. Yeah, and probably just some weekend sports or something like that. All right. Hello to you, Ron. Sounds like I'm reading these comments and I have a feeling that Ron and Lisa are having a conversation. All right. Isn't April Fool's Day next week? It is. I'm looking at the calendar right now and it looks like it's next Saturday. So, yeah, next Saturday is April Fool's Day. Ron, 55 feet of snow. No, thank you. You imagine? Everything would be toppled like it just had a tornado. Mary Ryan, hello to you. I hope you are well. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, Lisa and Ron, you guys are having a good time tonight. It looks like you guys are having a big conversation. All right, I'm gonna head out. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys all have a good night and have a good weekend. I will be in tomorrow night, and on Sunday night tracking the system. Of course, I'll be on tomorrow night as the snow has moved in. And I hope you guys all have a good day and enjoy your weekend.